What's up, guys? It's our Wrestling Podcast coming back at you with another episode. This is Dave Vicious along with Justin Total Package and Craig the British Bulldog bringing you our perspective on the world of professional wrestling. No inside sources, no ties to the industry, just stories from the diehards, sharing opinions with you. Today's topic, what happened to Nikita Koloff? For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And for video, check us out on YouTube at our Wrestling Channel. And look to your left for several other video options.
I have no
and
clue.
please give us a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019.
I'm glad you asked,
I'm sorry,
Dave.
guys. I was reading. Yeah, what's going on? What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything. Craig and I were talking about
okay.
when you asked the question, what happened to Nikita Koloff? I'm like, I don't know. And Craig laughed.
I don't know.
When Craig laughed, it encouraged me, and then I continued to cut you off and be rude. So go ahead. I apologize.
Oh no, you're fine. But this came up when we were talking about another
Nikolai Volkov is. Oh,
right?
Sorry, Nikita. Sorry.
Nikolai Cooley.
No, you and I
but,
were. What episode did we do? It was Tully Blanchard, and we were talking about.
Right.
He feuded with Tully Blanchard, and Dave said, we should be doing a what happened to Nikita Koloff. And I was like, it's on my short list, which became my long list, which now became me writing the topic and us doing it right now. Right. So he was never in WWF. And then on top of that, he was a really big part of Crockett for a long time. And not even a long time per se. I think it was another short burst, kind of like we did a Demolition episode. It's the same thing. But Nikita is, I think, really underrated. To be fair, so many people I'll watch wrestling now and they're like, oh, then the bell had to ring. I'm like, what? I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Nothing screams to me more that you don't understand pro wrestling or you didn't watch a lot of it when you say silly shit like that. Yes, he was kind of short. Yes. I wouldn't say that he was on the Flair level or the Sting level or whatever it was or whatever. But Nikita was really good for his time. We're going to talk about his journey, talk about why he left wrestling for a little bit, and talk about why he turned face, which was really a really organically awesome moment that they did. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of Magnum. We all know what we feel about Magnum, TA. But Nikita Koloff was a really, really good, important, secondary wrestler, intercontinental level, U.S. title level. Obviously, we'll talk about that too. Nikita was awesome. His look was awesome. He got hired by his look, and then people were and then everyone's going to be stunned to know he wasn't really Russian. If you didn't know that, he was not.
Did you say he was kind of short?
No, his stint was short.
Okay, because I was because I had to go back and look. I'm like, I thought he was a pretty big dude.
Yeah, he was 5'1". Big. He was the comic book.
I was like, that's Kevin Sullivan.
He was the comic book Wolverine. You're confusing him with Kevin Sullivan. He was the comic book Wolverine. Basically, is what he was.
Oh my god!
Super short. Thank you.
No one knows that reference. They see Wolverine. It's this tall ass dude. And
thank you very much.
Wolverine is legit's 5 foot nothing and 300.
I'm glad you laughed because thank you.
I love it. I love the joke. I think it's fantastic. He's the comic book Wolverine, but he was billed at 6'2" and 275. He's massive.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude, and the dude can go. And he wasn't stuck to the ground as a big dude. He did a lot of stuff big guys shouldn't be able to do back then. So. Yeah, Craig, I'm sorry. What do you want to add there, bud? Before we start?
He got a lot of flack for people thinking he wrestled like a Russian, and you think of all the Russians that can't really work, but he was the guy that was trusted to do a whole bunch of best of sevens kind of matches. You have to be a good hand to do best of seven matches.
I get really offended when people are like, "Oh, the bell had to ring." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. I'm not saying he was a steamboat. I'm just saying he was pretty good.
I think to Craig's point, they're confusing him with other Russians that weren't very good.
He was a big guy. He was Luger-esque in his size and stuff, but he was also in a bunch of War Games, the early days of War Games. Yeah. He had great, phenomenal matches in there. That's probably in the notes, but he was on top for quite a while, in and out, but he held almost every belt except the big one, I think, and he was good.
Yeah, well, let's jump right in. He was born March 9th, 1959. He's a 66-year-old man, still quite young and spry. I don't know. Minneapolis, Minnesota. His real name was Nelson Scott Simpson.
So funny. Forever, he had this accent. I'm Nikita Koloff. Shatuata. That's the way he talked. He was fucking from Minnesota. He's not Russian at all. Which is fucking
Nelson.
Yeah.
Nelson Scott Simpson couldn't be more like
Lex Luger, you like. And he said he used to practice it, and when he'd be on the planes flying home, sometimes he'd be in character because he didn't want anybody to know. So he'd be like, "Can I please have?" And he would order shit from the stewardess, like as Nikita Koloff, and people would mock him, like the wrestlers, because they knew, and they're like, "What are you talking? What did you say over there?" And he's like, "You know what I'm fucking saying? Shut up!" Like, and they're just like, "No, say it again." Like I didn't understand you. Like, and they'd fuck with him all the time on the plane.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was fucking
man, I want a diet Pepsi.
I want you to shut up. You know what I'm saying right now. I cannot talk in my real voice. Like that's basically what you're saying.
White Russian, please. I don't know. Do Russians actually have white Russians? Probably not. He was trained by wrestling trainer Eddie Sharkey. He debuted in '84 in the National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA that Jim Crockett promoted. And he introduced as the storyline nephew of Ivan Koloff, forming the Russian villain faction during the Cold War era. Because that's what you do in wrestling. You mimic what's going on in the real world.
Until 1991, and it's not okay.
That combination you might get to come against us, whether it be Road Warriors or this Slater or this Steamboat or this Ric Flair, this American champion, you are going to find out Nikita and I are going to end up world champions. In any competition, you want a Koloff, Uncle Ivan, Nikita, destroy, crush, demolish all competition one by one.
Rise of that Russian Nightmare in '84 to '85. He was quickly pushed as a dominant heel with that finishing move, the Russian sickle, and he teamed with Ivan Koloff and Khrushchev. What was the Russian sickle, Jess?
Clothesline.
Just a clothesline.
A very big
Back
clothesline.
in the day, you could...
It's a very
massive
a very
lariat.
Russian fucking clothesline, yeah.
Yeah. So who had a better lariat? Was it him or was it JBL still?
I'm not just saying it because I liked Nikita's like clothesline. Like it was stiff. Like he knew when to make it a thing. Like, and he would load up and he would be like, he'd do that and you're like, oh fuck. Like whenever he would do that and he would, and if somebody would duck you're like, oh my, like, but then when he would hit it, he would just fucking plow into people. I like the finishers when they make it look different. If you're going to use a clothesline, I'm fine with that. But when you hit it, you need to take their goddamn head off. Like, and Nikita would fucking, it was like a sharp boom. Like, if you're not ducking, what was it from Beyond the Mat? When they were talking about that moveset, he's like, I'm going to clothesline you, and if you don't duck, I'm taking your head off. And, like, that was the whole concept behind the Russian sickle was if you don't duck or you don't understand that it's coming, like, to your throat, I'm going to really cave your larynx in. Like, so you need to... Yeah. Sell and bump or whatever because I'm just throwing it, and I love that stuff. I love it. Like, I think
Here he comes. The sickle and get him. Put him down. There is absolutely no defense for that Russian sickle at all. None. The steady move. The Stallion did not even see it coming. Here from another angle. He's the Russian Nightmare, and you know why right there.
Yeah.
Good shit.
And in '85, he got his first title win, March 21st of that year. Nikita and Ivan defeated Dusty Rhodes and Manny Fernandez to win the NWA World Tag Team Championships. I don't know if anybody knows. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to get the rub from Dusty. So that's
fear, bro.
A lot of. Also had a pretty nice feud with Magnum TA in '86.
Craig talking about Craig, the best of series, right? Like Magnum and fucking Nikita. And Nikita beats Magnum, wins the U.S. title, like puts himself right on the map. And that was in '86. My failed channel of Daily Motion, which I completely failed with, and I'm a failure and I'm a piece of shit. We actually watched one of those matches in the best of 7 of Nikita and Magnum TA, and it was good shit, dude. Like when you were a wrestling fan in the 80s, like you really, again, we can just get online right now and go, whose contract is up? Oh, that guy's coming. Oh, he's going to lose for sure. We do all that now. We had no idea in the 80s. Like, you just really believe the characters that these people portrayed. And this dirty piece of shit Russian, who was a big motherfucker, by the way, and he would challenge Magnum. And we're like, uh-oh, I don't know if Magnum would do it. And Magnum didn't do it every time against Nikita. And, like, they traded it back and forth, and it was awesome. And their match, the best of, we talk about the Benoit and Booker T best of and, everything. These guys were the original best of in the mid-'80s. They fucking rocked the house, man. Like, and people would sell out arenas following these people around going, oh, match 4 is happening here. Match 5 is happening here. Like, we had to figure it out. Like, they didn't have a pay-per-view every month like they do now. There was big house shows. And then you would watch their syndicated television show to be like, who fucking won? Who's up? Is it Magnum 3-2 or Nikita 4-1 or whatever? Like, and so it was really, really great. This is one of the best U.S. title feuds that they ever had, like in the mid 80s. We talk about Blanchard and Magnum, and they deserve that as well. Again, Magnum's the common denominator. We talk about Magnum all the time about how great he was, but these challengers had to be equally as good. Blanchard had to fucking be on fire. Nikita had to be on fire. This green guy that they plucked out of nowhere, they're like, you're Russian. And he's like, okay, shatuata. And he gets in there and he's facing Magnum. Like, that's a big deal. Like, that for the U.S. title, that's a big fucking deal in the mid 80s. There's no question.
Yeah, that was going to be. We all talk about it a lot, but Magnum was going to be the next guy. Probably dropping that title was going to go into world title hopes, and I think he did. Did he win one? Magnum?
No, he did not. Nope.
But he was on the build, and then he got in that car accident, which we'll jump into right now. Yeah. And I don't know if that caused Nikita to turn babyface.
It did. It did. It was Dusty's. Spot. Yeah, it was Dusty's idea. Like, so Dusty visited Magnum in the hospital. And when Magnum wanted to talk, he's like, I'll be back or whatever. And Dusty's like, I know you will, which he did end up walking, which is a fucking miracle, by the way. Right. But Dusty's like, if we turn him face, like, because the way they played it was Nikita was like, whoa, this is real life. Like, not nowadays we will break kayfabe as in like, they do the whole thing like, this isn't part of the script. Like, they'll say that phrase. And I'm like, ugh, when they say it nowadays. But back here, the equivalent to that in the 80s was Nikita going like, this guy got in a car accident. Life is short. I'm not mad anymore. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I want to be a good guy. Like, and that's what he did. So, like, when Magnum got taken out of the equation, Dusty, of course, the forever booker, was like, hey, like, we got to find a way to kind of like fill your void. And if this guy that you had a brutal feud with, like a best of fill in the blank match, and like you guys were fucking at each other, so if he goes, dude, life's short. This guy wrapped his Porsche on a pole. Like, right. I don't want to be this mean guy anymore. He was still a Russian, but he was still like, I want to like be part of America, and I want to avenge Magnum. And the crowd fucking exploded. Like, and then he was like, and Dusty, I want you to teach me the ways of a good American, a hero. And Dusty's like, no problem, I'll do that. Like, and it was amazing. Like, their promos were like, the crowd is like, absolutely. Yeah. And when Nikita came out there, they're like, fuck yeah, Nikita. Like, it's amazing.
Well, that's what they formed to your point, they formed the Superpowers with Dusty as another tag team. Yep. And because of this success, they launched him into the main event. He feuds in 87 with Ric Flair. He actually challenged for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship several times in 87. And became one of the most popular baby faces in the NWA. At that point, kind of slid into Magnum's spot. Not like he was trying to steal it.
Right.
He was definitely willing to do it, but it needed to be filled, and he did a pretty good job filling it.
They did
opportunity
when
speak for
he
it.
could walk. It was it might have been a Crockett Cup in '87. I can't remember. I think it was. And Magnum walked for the first time. The whole crowd was fucking going nuts. Like he came out there, whatever.
They
And
loved him,
I remember
man. They
Dusty and
fucking loved that
Nikita like hugging him, you know, and all that stuff. And the crowd went fucking crazy. Like Nikita had him, man. Like he had him.
Yeah. I want to say it was like a Crockett Cup final or something because I remember the trophy was there.
Yeah,
and
and Magnum walks down or whatever, and everyone's all, and like, Dusty and Nikita came out there and hugged him.
You can't manufacture that. Say what you want about wrestling, everything else, but no, that was a surreal moment that night. I mean, there were, even now thinking about it, get a little choked up. I know between Dusty and myself and Terry and many of the fans in the arena. I mean, there may have been a dry eye I don't know. There probably was, maybe whatever, but I can say between the three of us, there was not. Very special moment and very, very memorable moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful moment and
Yeah. And unfortunate events leads to a brief step away from wrestling in 1988. Nikita's first wife, Mandy Koloff, was diagnosed with cancer, and he left the ring to care for her and focus on the family. And unfortunately, she passed away just a year later in 1989. Led him to an even longer absence of wrestling. He didn't actually come back until 1991.
They had him come back. He came back in like this. Luger defended his title. It was at Wrestle War, I think, that we saw. It was Spivey. He beat Spivey, and Nikita came back with a new version of the U.S. title. They had because I think they were crossing over to WCW and telling NWA to go fuck themselves. And so, like, they made a new belt, and Nikita hits Luger with it. And so the whole thing is, like, Nikita came back to feud with Luger for the U.S. title, which Nikita was... That was my big deal. I beat Magnum for that. Like, I'm coming back, and I hate the way wrestling is now. So he was a heel again. Not necessarily like embracing Russia, but just being like, I hate Luger and I hate what this.
I hate what wrestling has become.
Yeah, I'm the number one U.S. champion. Like you should know.
And Sting and Luger are fucking red hot as a babyface.
Well, yeah, and they pivoted, which is weird. Like they only had Nikita and Luger for a few house shows, and then they put Sting in there, and then Sting and Nikita feuded for a bit or whatever. Had some Russian chain matches, et cetera, in '91. So it's really kind of weird the way they introduced him. Excuse me.
I just want to say that it was a pleasure watching that match. I congratulate you on a great victory. I've got something here for you, Lexter. I know you've been waiting for this. I take a lot of pride and a great pleasure in giving this to you.
Oh, good grief! What's he doing?
Yeah, but he appeared in matches related to the War Games storyline during that time frame, and he remained popular, but he never returned to that same main event level that he had in the mid '80s. So he gradually retired in the early '90s. He's now a Christian minister. He's a speaker, podcast host, and he shares his faith-based messages and stories from his wrestling career. And he's doing good. He's doing good. I like to hear stories like that where they leave and then they
do okay. They don't need to be connected to the business. They do their own thing. It's always good when you can. And he obviously had his priorities in order if he left that amount of time for his wife and his kids if he had any. And I think he was injured in '92 too.
He was,
a neck injury that made him retire.
Vader didn't help that at all. He was injured in '92, and he had to face Vader, and Vader powerbombed the shit out of him and like fucked him up even more.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Vader.
Yeah, thanks, Vader. Thanks for the memories, Vader. We appreciate you.
Love you, Jade.
No, like Nikita is somebody that it's weird. Like, it's if you watch wrestling in like that 6-7 year span, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I knew Nikita. Yeah. Like, and then Joe and I talk about it a lot. We're like, man, like he gets a lot of hate for his work. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, I don't understand. Like, if he was a dick in the back, like the Warrior or something like that, I could get why
he wasn't.
People want to forget his legacy, but he left to take care of his sick wife. Like, and then he comes back and people are still like, he wasn't the best in there. I'm like, okay, but he wasn't the worst. But he was from Minnesota, and he still committed to being Russian. Even when he came back, they didn't do a storyline where he's like, I came back.
He 100% committed to the character.
He still came back as this guy. I still come back. Like, he still came back as that guy. It's amazing. Like, that he did it. Yeah. And so when he does interviews now or whatever, he's like, I actually used to, and I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ. Like, you're not even anything. And I get it. Wrestling's all an act or whatever, but
he played kayfabe through and through, like you said. Even on the planes. Like,
and you know what gimmicks sucked in the 80s to do? Russian gimmicks. If you want to talk about like abuse, like to Jess's story about just trying to be on an airplane and wind down, had to like stay in character. But like even with fans, like to be a Russian during the Cold War, like
just
like
crazy.
how are you? Fuck you.
Okay, I get that, fan. No problem. Totally. And he's like, I can't fucking like.
Now it's like fuck you. Let me get your autograph.
My wife is.
All right.
I once killed a guy outside a bar because he called me a dirty Rusky.
Yeah, I love Nikita. Like, he was really Joe great. And I all the time to this day will still be like Shatuata. Like, and that's what he used to always do. We'd always do that to each other, and like we just laugh. Like, yes, Nikita. Like,
is that a real Russian word? I don't even know.
I have no idea, but he used to say that. He'd be like Shatuata. Like, he'd always do that in his promos or whatever. Jim Ross, look at me, Shatuata. Like, and Jim Ross like, I'm trying to look at it. I'm sorry, Nikita. My God. So sexy and big and totally Russian. Not at all from Minnesota. Not at all.
Not
what
at
are
all.
You insinuating, Jim Ross? But yeah, he was great. And he brushed in people. Flair, Rhodes, the Sting, Luger, Magnum. Like, just all this amazing. Ivan. Just
Dusty.
all this awesome.
Dusty.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a great time to be a wrestler in Crockett, man. To be able to be around all that talent, they changed the wrestling world. You know?
And he was TV champion. We didn't talk about it. He was TV champion as well. And then when they bought the UWF from Bill Watts, Terry Taylor was the UWF TV champion, and they had a unification match at Starrcade '87 where Nikita would merge the NWA and UWF TV titles. So
where he murdered Terry Taylor?
He murdered Terry Taylor there and murdered them together. But yeah, he was also a television champion as well, NWA, Nikita.
Right.
Here he comes. Here comes that superhuman Russian again.
For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And for video, check us out on YouTube at our wrestling channel. And please give us a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019. For Jess, Craig, and myself, this is the O.W.P.
Fuck you.
Signing off.
Not you, Dave. Them. I apologize.
Have a good one.
I'm so sorry.
I know.